Hey everyone, welcome to episode. What episode are we on? 130.
It's 235.
235 of Millennial Movie Talk. I'm Alex, and I'm joined with Braden.
Yeah.
And Christian.
Well, howdy.
Why, howdy. How are y'all?
Howdy.
Well,
Oh, good.
How?
Very good, thank you.
Thank you. No problem. Well, I'm good. I'm good as well, thank you.
That's good.
And how are you?
Oh boy, here we go. It's just this on repeat for an
Back in the
hour.
loop.
Bless.
Well,
Every
everyone, it's a new week. And that's here we are.
Oh, okay. I really thought you were leading into a story for a second, but clearly
I have
not.
no story.
You got a story?
No, I don't.
Ah,
You know who has a story?
and they should finish it.
Yeah. Braden, finish your story from earlier.
Chris, don't mind us. We asked for 5 minutes of your time, and we might do it at the end of the episode. You're good. Do you want to do it now?
I'm here for the long haul. Alex can have an anecdote. You can have an anecdote.
All right. Well, we're gonna have an anecdote, but it's gonna be 5 minutes in the ring, because the WWE universe is very spicy right now, because everyone is furious and everyone is very vocal about what they want to be going on with the wonderful Cody Rhodes.
We're very
seemingly
mad at Dwayne.
Yeah, good old Dwayne. Part-timer Dwayne has suddenly making everyone feel like it's 2013 again. Was that the year that they did this to CM Punk?
2013, 2011, one of the two. Odd number.
Yeah.
It's when they did Cena versus Rock.
Yep.
Once in a lifetime.
Sort of stole it from CM Punk.
Yeah, they did the once in a lifetime match, but then had it again the year after. So it was twice in a lifetime.
Wow, incredible. So yes, it's seemingly a bit more up in the air than where we were at last week, where everyone was pretty furious after Cody Rhodes obviously won the Royal Rumble, and then it was just having to give up his spot so that The Rock could show up to fight at WrestleMania. But I guess we'll see what's going to happen now, because they've sort of addressed how pissed off everyone is with the wonderful, now a heel, Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched the whole clip yet. I only saw little bits on Instagram before. And Alex said he did watch the full clip, but hasn't watched the full episode of Raw yet.
I haven't seen all of Raw.
Yeah.
But I know that Drew McIntyre just came out and attacked everyone throughout the show tonight. Well, mainly attacked Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. So.
Did you see his t-shirt?
Yeah, that's a great t-shirt. Him bearing
his t-shirt's wonderful.
Him standing next to the tombstone says CM Punk's WrestleMania.
WrestleMania Dreams or whatever it is. So good. But yeah, I'm really liking what they're doing there. I'm so curious to see what the hell they end up actually doing, because like they're in a real sticky situation trying to recover this. Because
they're in a situation where if they make a change to the plan, like they say hypothetically that it was all their idea the whole time to announce Dwayne, but like do this, get people fired up to get them to rally around Cody, then to still have Cody end up being in the main event. Say that was their plan.
Oh,
it's not going to look like no one's believing that's their plan.
No, it cannot possibly believe that's their plan. If it was their plan, genius masterstroke. Because I've never seen the community get behind a person so much.
It's a manufactured yes movement. Then it hasn't happened naturally. If that's the case, which would be kind of shitty, but
I would still be impressed.
Well, everyone's just hating on The Rock. There was
which is hilarious.
There was Rocky sucks chance tonight. There was a lot of Cody chance tonight.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah. Well, if you look at the description of this episode of the show, It just says hashtag we want Cody.
We do want Cody. That's the correct
But
choice.
I would love for this to see, because like obviously The Rock is currently the king of franchises that are dying and not being in films anymore. So if he was to sort of come back, even in terms of a part-timer type thing, it'd be really fun to see him go back to being like a heel, going back to like Hollywood Rock, which like with him like yelling at the crowd and everything. I think that'd be really fun, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't want to do that because of his whole Hollywood career, that he doesn't want to get bad blood in by playing a version of himself. Yeah.
I mean, allegedly, when he became board member of TKO, the parent company of WWE now, in the last couple of weeks, it was allegedly a part of his deal that he was going to have this match with Roman at Mania. It's just crazy because if you set up this match last year, everyone would have been like, "Fuck yeah!" Like we all want the match, we all want Rock and Roman. We just don't want
the
it. The
annoying part is we want it. And it would be good, but their timing was horrendous.
You spent 2 years building up this storyline and this story for Cody Rhodes to beat Roman.
Yeah.
Don't throw that away. Have that happen, and then wait till next year. What if at Mania, Cody's beating The Rock, and then Solo comes down to do his mischief, but The Rock stops Solo? And then you set up for a year, like they did with Cena and Rock, where they spent a year setting it up. What if they set up Roman and Rock at Mania 41. So we got to do.
And that'd be such a fun moment because then you're getting slightly away from, while still doing it, I guess, the whole the bloodline just get themselves involved in everything, and it's the Drew McIntyre calling it out on the show today was one of the clips that I saw where Drew McIntyre's like, we know how they end. We know how all of them end. Like the family comes out and they ruin it and he wins and that's it. And we're bored of it. And I was like, dude, hearing one of them say it into a microphone was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm properly officially straight up back into WWE. Thank you very much, Alex, for doing that to me.
That's fine. That's fine. You're welcome. We want Cody.
It's fun. We want Cody. Thank you. Christian, wake up.
Christian, wake up.
Here, Christian, wake up.
Wrestling talk is over.
All right. Chris, since you're awake now and you're back with us in the land of the living, what have you been watching recently?
Well, the big one right now, very anticipated, Masters of the Air. If you guys don't know, this is from the minds of Spielberg and Mr. Hanks, Mr. Tom Hanks.
Oh,
famously, they made Band of Brothers, which is a fan favorite. Lots of people love Band of Brothers. And then they also made the Pacific, which a lot less people like the Pacific.
Yeah,
because it wasn't as good as Band of Brothers, and Band of Brothers was pretty good. So this is their new one. It's called Masters of the Air. It's been a bit of a rocky ride. I think someone else was making it, and there was like a few trailers, but then Apple took it over at some point, which I think has worked well. So it's coming out every Friday. There's 3 episodes out. Lots of big names in this one. We got Mr. Butler, Barry Keoghan, Barry Keoghan. You know,
got Shooty Gatwa.
As seen as we got who?
Shooty Gatwa, the new Doctor.
I haven't seen him yet.
Oh well, he's in it.
He's in it. I can see that as well.
There's a lot. This is a giant cast list. There's a lot. Like, I don't know all of them, but like, there's a lot of people in this show.
There's a lot. Austin Butler definitely is one of the main characters, as well as Callum Turner, who he's a familiar face, but I'm not sure what else he's been in.
He was the main guy's brother in the Fantastic Beasts movies.
Of course. And Anthony Boyle, one of the other main ones that's coming up a lot. Not sure if again, another familiar one. Not sure if he's been in anything.
Anthony
Boyle. This won't show up well on the video, but I do want to point out on Google when you go and just like click like see more in the like it showing the cast list. there's a character just called Sergeant, and they haven't filled in the rest of it. And it's a young man by the name of Oakley Pendergast, who is very clearly like a little baby toddler, and he's the
Right.
sergeant, and
He's
I'm
the
here for
sergeant.
it.
Go listen to Oakley Pendergast.
Now, I think in America there's a few more episodes out, just from what I've seen. But the Australian release, we've got 3 parts so far, and it's been alright. If you don't know, it's about the Allied bombing campaign into Germany, which is a part of the war, I guess, World War II.
Got your
but a lot of
name
people
written
don't know
all
about.
over it, eh?
Sorry.
It's got your name written all over it.
Oh yes, it does. I like my my war flicks, and this is a good one that the mainstream audience doesn't know a lot about, I guess, and a good learning one as well, because everyone thinks of the Nazis probably bombing London and stuff, but the good guys, the Allies, did a lot of bombing of Germany, which is not fun. So yeah, they're all kind of pilots and crew members of these bombers that go on these big dangerous flights to go bomb things like ball bearings factories and U-boat pens and other targets, and it's a ride. Much like Band of Brothers, there's a lot of time paid to kind of connecting you with the characters. So then when things are going down in the actual like combat and stuff, it's higher stakes. And first episode in, I got to say I was a bit like, okay, don't really care about these guys much yet. But very quickly, I think it's got that kind of that magic. And by the third episode, when there's a few deaths happening, it's pretty impactful. Like you didn't realize, like, oh shit, I like these guys.
That's good. They've like snuck up the character development on you.
Yes, and very true to the other two. Real people, very true stories. It's based on a book, which is, I think, like based on someone's memoirs. So
it's always a good start.
As true as it could be to history, and like the things we're seeing are obviously an adaptation, but like they're real events that happen that are kind of weaved into the story.
Right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So it's got the love. In terms of it shocks you in the first episode, I would say. And then very much in the third one as well, like with the level of kind of horror and gore. Like there's some very shocking moments, and I wasn't sure how they were going to portray kind of the aerial combat. It's not something that films usually get right.
Yeah, normally they're just like, there's just an explosion from a distance.
Things are flying around like a video game rather than like kind of real life where things are happening quite slowly. You know? And then there's sudden bursts of action, and it got that right. It got that very right. So in terms of the trail, that very good. There was a bit of odd CGI, I would say, in the first episode, but quickly you're not noticing it anymore. I think maybe it was just like the first episode, like it's shot beautifully and it's shot on some great equipment, clearly, because it is like the crisp shots of the landscapes and stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
And then in the first episode, some of the CGI of the not real kind of airplanes taxiing around and stuff, you were really like, they look a bit cartoony against this like full HD like grass and so
less.
But once the planes are in the air, you're not noticing that anymore. And then maybe there were just some shitty shots, but by the third episode, I wasn't thinking that at all. I think it was just like that first episode, you're going to be overly critical, you know?
Yeah. You're really like keeping your eye out open for everything. You're not immersed in it yet.
Yeah. It's standout performance by Austin Butler so far. He's doing great. He's doing great.
Talking like Elvis?
He does sound a little like Elvis.
Can't wait for him.
What's gonna happen?
Can't wait for him to use the Elvis accent and Dune.
Oh my god!
Going in with the Elvis accent.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
Yeah,
I was gonna. I can't do an Elvis accent, otherwise I'm like, just want to mind the spice.
I just want to mind the spice.
I'm just here to mind some spice.
I'm just here to mind some spice. Thank you very much.
Know anything about no Fremen?
Dune 2.
But,
I'm keen. I'm excited for Dune 2.
So am I. We all are.
Hell yeah.
We're very excited. Because
Bit
I just saw a tiny snippet, because I'm of course avoiding the trailers because Dune 2 is something I actually want to watch.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that was Austin Butler in the smooth man.
Smooth.
Yeah.
I think I said to Alex. All I saw was a smooth man, and I was like, "Oh, I know what character that is."
I know that
Because
smooth man.
In the yeah, I know that smooth man because in the original Dune, that's played by Sting, the famous singer songwriter,
What?
and he's
That's who
incredibly
Sting
homoerotic.
played?
Yeah.
That's who Sting plays.
Very different
my
iterations of the character, by the
God.
way.
He's incredibly erotic in the original.
That's so good.
A scene where he's in like some kind of steam bath and he's like wearing essentially like space speedos.
Yep.
And Baron Harkonnen is like, "Look, he's magnificent," and he's kind of just standing there like in an erect posture.
Yep.
I'll
Just
find
like
the photo.
enjoy
something.
me. Enjoy. Just look upon me.
Yeah, exactly.
Bless.
So,
Braden, if you knew how right you were by that description, are you ready?
Okay.
Hopefully I can zoom in here. Yeah, I can. Alright. I don't think you're ready.
Okay.
Alright. I think you're ready. Because the
No one's
audience
ready.
isn't, Braden. You've been...
audiences weren't ready when this
Audiences
happened.
weren't ready, so we gotta wait. There he is.
There he is.
Look upon me.
Look upon me. Good
Oh my
night.
god.
very
Evil
different
speedos.
Very different
I
to
can't
Austin
tell
Butler.
I can't tell if he's like ripped, lean, or malnourished.
He's got a
He's
bit
a
of the
bit-
Tyler Durden, Brad Pitt vibe from...
Yeah, where he's like
Fight Club.
overly he's like
Yeah.
dehydrated. Like
It's kind of
Yeah.
like in terms of like the body sliders and like a Skyrim character creation, it's like small, but then like the buffness
Rip.
is turned up a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's like small stature, but a bit of muscle.
small but defined.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
And yeah,
God damn,
so
I can't believe that film exists.
let's see if he can bring it. Mr.
Yeah.
Elvis Man. He makes a good
He-
World War II
he's-
pilot.
Got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Mildly.
Big speedos to fill. Bless.
And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I have to say about that.
Nice.
Master of the
Well,
Air.
How many more episodes do you get?
Now, classic Band of Brothers style, there's like 12.
Oh wow.
So
Nice.
we got 3 so far. There's a lot of stuff going on, and because I've seen a bit of ahead because of memes and such, looks like they're going into a lot of like the prisoner of war stuff. Because obviously, like you're flying over Germany, if your plane goes down, you bail out, you're going to end
Yeah.
up prisoner of war. So they're going fully into that as well.
Damn.
So we're going to see like tunneling out of prison camps and things as well. So there's a lot of story to go around.
Far out.
So far, Mr. Butler, he's still in his plane. There's a great moment where his co-pilot they get hit a little bit, and their co-pilot's like, "We're bailing out, like the plane's going down," and Austin Butler's like shakes him awake and was just like, "We're gonna stay in this plane until like and they get back," and he gets to give him that look of like, "Man, we would all possibly be dead or prisoners right now
That's cool.
because you were trying to weenie out."
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, he's doing great.
Good for him.
He is like the main part. He's like the squadron kind of leader.
So he's in it a bit.
Yeah, fair bit. It's like, he's leading his plane, but his plane's the lead
That's good.
plane of a lot of planes.
He's on the poster.
Yeah.
He's the maverick of this story.
Did you say
Yes,
Maverick?
but not so much in looks, but not in personality.
Okay.
Because he's a team player.
Team player, not egotistical maniac.
He's a goose.
Yes. He's
He's
a
a-
bit of a goose, but
he's
he's still alive.
Is he a silly goose?
Oh.
Is he a silly
Maybe
goose?
Oh.
our other what do we call him? Weird Irish man. Weird looking Irish saltburn man.
Barry
Keoghan.
Keoghan.
Barry Kogan. Maybe he's more of a goose.
Oh, does he die?
Without giving anything away.
Did he die?
Is he a silly goose?
Is he dead?
He may or may not have died, but there's more episodes. You can survive a plane crash.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe he's a prisoner of war.
maybe Maybe he can
Maybe.
lead that side of it.
He's the
We'll find out.
janitor in the bathroom.
I wonder if we're going to see his
We'll
cock in
find out
this
on
like we did
Friday.
in Saltburn. Because we saw his whole cock in Saltburn.
Oh no.
Oh, cock and
Kinky scene
balls.
with a prison guard.
Ooh, he's well hung.
I can't wait for that
Mr.
song
Gorgon.
that blew up on TikTok after Saltburn. I can't wait for that scene.
Yeah,
in
Mr.
Masters of
Kyogen.
Air.
Mr. Kyogen's packing. Good for him.
Bless.
Big
Good
nose,
for him.
big cock.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Bless. Well,
Speaking of
I-
big cock,
yeah, I kind of lost wherever the segue was for that, but I'm going for it anyway. A new film came out, and I saw it, which is a wild statement for me to be able to say.
Why did you go
I'm
see
normally
it?
very behind. Michaela was just like, we haven't been to the movies in ages. We should go to the movies.
because
And we
Michael
just
and I
wanted
were
to have a
going to
little,
go see it on the same night, and then we decided
little
not
date
to
night.
because
I mean, not to spoil the review, but I mean, yeah, probably a fair call.
we saw the
Um,
Rotten Tomato score and we went, nah.
Yeah. So, Michaela and I, we went and saw Argylle. Now, if you are anyone, especially like my parents, who has seen this film being advertised everywhere, and every single time they turn and look at me and go, Brayden, what the fuck is this movie? Because it's something.
I got no
it's-
idea what you're talking about.
Exactly.
New
It does,
movie
yeah.
from the guy that did the Kingsman movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And
person who
Matthew
did the
Vaughn's
Kingsman
not good.
movies and Kick-Ass?
Yeah, did
Matthew
Kick-Ass.
Vaughn.
Yeah.
We
It
love Kick-Ass.
is- It is a stand-up of like a James Bond spy espionage action Mission Impossible style complete send-up parody of that,
Yeah,
which now that I think about it is just what Kingsman was doing.
correct.
So
Is that
Now I'm-
why? Spoiler for the
now I'm
even I know the post credits of this movie, where they try
Which-
to connect the two universes.
they so yeah, spoiler. They do the thing where they're like, oh, connecting the two or whatever. And I was sitting there in the cinema and I just went, like I audibly just went, no thanks.
Is it like at the
Because-
end of our GI? No, it was the end of Transformers, where they got the GI Joe card.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of that, where it's just like instead of a logo with that, they just have like, is there like a pub or something? I don't know. I didn't watch the one set in the past. I didn't watch The King's Man.
Oh, the World War One
Yeah.
one,
Yeah, I didn't watch that. I assume it's connected
Oh.
to that.
bro. That one's the
But-
best. There's a post credit scene in that movie that sets up Hitler.
Is it the best, Alex?
It sets up Hitler as a villain in the post credit scene.
Fucking
It
hell!
does.
Wow.
It's like that. Its spoofing of real world characters is excellent, but I don't think it's a good film in
not a
any
good
way,
film at
in
all.
any meaning of the word.
Bless.
No,
No.
but it.
Well,
but it, great
That's
spoof though.
that's not beat around the bat. There's only one good Kingsman film, unfortunately,
And it's
it
the
is
first one.
The second one's a bit of fun because it's got Elton John, but
then it gets really rapey.
does get really rapey and
Really, really rapey.
Just that guy's portrayal of Kaiser Wilhelm in the King's Man.
yeah,
With his deformed hand. That's something.
yeah, and
Comedic genius.
yeah, and look, Kick-Ass 1, excellent. He didn't do
Yeah.
Kick-Ass
Oh.
2, so we don't have a
Some
problem
of
with Kick-Ass
Nicolas
2.
Cage's finest work.
I'm gonna go watch Kick-Ass 1 again tonight because that movie is a masterpiece and maybe my favorite superhero film.
It's
Fair enough.
excellent. I still
It's
remember seeing that at
certainly-
the movies.
More enjoyable to watch than Argylle. So
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about Argylle. You gotta talk about
yeah,
Argylle.
let me tell you all about Argylle. So Argylle starts, and if you didn't, okay, yes, Alex, question.
Is Henry Cavill got 2 seconds in the film, like everyone's complaining about, and he's on the main poster?
No, he has longer than that, but you are definitely being misled by the advertising, because a lot of everything about it is really focused on the real like spy espionage scenes.
Sam Rockwell
Which-
and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Those two are the main characters.
Yes. The rest
Those two are
is
the actual main
the rest
characters that
are
you're
like
with.
her characters in the book, and they're being played out.
Yes. So you do get the first half of the film I was on board for. And because it opens up and you get your whole like big wacky crazy James Bond parody style. It's over the top, it's ridiculous, it's silly, it's stupid. It is doing all the cliches. Dua Lipa's in it, John Cena's in it. It's a whole thing. Whoever gave Henry Cavill that haircut, criminal. Arrest them, jail forever, jail for 1,000 years. That haircut on Henry Cavill is atrocious. Then you get the reveal where it's like, aha, it was her reading part of her book. And she's an author who writes spy mystery action novels. And then it launches off the rails from there. The scene where we first meet Sam Rockwell is a great scene. The train fight is great, good fun. You're getting this constant switching between Sam Rockwell and Henry Cavill because she's like seeing a real life spy, but then she can't help but visualize and see the made up spy that she's made. And so it's intercutting between the two of them, and like Sam Rockwell's doing it really messily, and then she blinks and opens her eyes again, and it's Henry Cavill doing it like perfectly, like he's in a spy movie. It's first half of this film I was on board for, really fun. It got really lost in the weeds by the middle of it, and like the second half of it got really just like it does the thing where it's like, hey, it's a spy movie. It's got to have like a twist and like a reveal
I've
that
heard
like changes
there's,
everything.
200 twists in the movie.
It's too many. It's like it loses the point of like, oh, we're making fun of the fact that it has twists and stuff because it gets so lost in its own bullshit. It's just like, oh, okay, I've stopped caring because it just got too messy, and it tries to continuously go for that. Like, you know, from Kingsman, they have that incredible scene in the church.
Yeah.
And it's constantly trying to just get a morsel of that back. And it can't because that scene was amazing and incredible on its own. And now anything that it comes after it, just it never quite reaches the same heights. Like, there's a scene in this where they're dancing and fighting at the same time. And it's just like, it's like, because it was funny when you had the silly craziness in the fictional parts that were in her novel, but now we're in real life and we're doing things that are crazier and more absurd and sillier, and it's like
he's front and center.
He is,
and it says
Samuel L.
Henry
Jackson
Cavill.
is in it for maybe 5 minutes.
Is Samuel
Dua
Jackson
Lipa's in it for about 3 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy is that he's first billed too.
Yeah. Henry Cavill is in it less and less as the film goes on, and it's weird.
What about Cranston?
But yeah,
Cranston make it in it a bit.
Cranston is in it a bit as the like main bad guy. He's fun. There is an initial twist with him. Like it's I think it's early in the start when they're starting to do all their too many twists and you lose it. And there's an initial twist where you have Bryan Cranston and they do a twist and you're like, whoa, this changes everything. Oh my God, what a great twist. But then they keep doing all these other twists that just make it lose any of the excitement and flavor that you had with it. So I don't know. It was going for laughs, and the cinema which was pretty packed, mind you. It was a Saturday night, which I forgot when we went out, and I was like, ooh, there's people everywhere. Saturday night, packed cinema, barely a laugh. Like,
Okay.
Like this film's going for laughs, barely an audible laugh. The most that Michaela and I reacted was some of the jokes about the cat. But like, even then, the thing that actually made us laugh the most with this film was before we went and saw it, Michaela went to doesthedogdie.com and looked up Argylle to make sure the cat didn't die.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about Argylle is not in the film Argylle. It's on the website doesthedogdie.com. So where is it? Does the dog get hurt? Does the cat Where is it? Is an animal abandoned? Ah, come on. It's so funny. Are animals abused? Where is it? No. I'm trying to find. It was basically the case of like, here we go. This is it. This is the funniest joke in Argylle. Is an animal sad? Yes. There are a few jokes where people are mildly mean to the cat, and he's left behind at one point, but he's always fine and survives to be happy at the end.
There we go.
That's the funniest thing in Argylle. Yeah, it's not a film I would have like. If I had known more about it, I probably wouldn't have gone and paid to see it at a cinema, especially because it was produced by Apple.
Yeah, it was.
Like, the Apple logo came up at the start, and I was like, oh, I feel like I shouldn't have paid to see it here.
Should have gone straight to Apple.
Yeah, should have just gone straight to Apple TV, but okay. But yeah, Bryce Dallas Howard's fun in it. Sam Rockwell's fun in it. But it was a bit of fun that got really lost by the end of it. I would watch the first half of this movie again.
Right.
I wouldn't watch the second half of this movie again.
Yeah, I just I was excited, and then I just went nah.
Yeah.
Then like Michael and I looked at the reviews and we just went nah.
Yeah, I wish I had looked at the reviews beforehand. Man, the reviews on Letterboxd are freaking hilarious. Very good. People are ragging on that movie.
Very funny.
I think initially I gave it a 3, but I think I'm bringing it down to a 2.5.
Yeah, wow.
Upon reflection, especially thinking about how it's from the person who did Kingsman, and it's literally just Kingsman again.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2.5 for me.
Kingsman again.
Kingsman from the top.
Yeah,
Make it
bless.
drop.
And also watched the finale, final 2 episodes of Has Been Hotel came out of season 1. It's getting a season 2, which is fantastic. It's so good. It's such a good show, you guys. You gotta watch it. Such a wonderful musical. Oh, the character designs are great. It's very fun. It makes me laugh. It's a good time.
Good time.
Makes fun of like Christianity and like heaven and hell a lot. And
Not
it's very fun.
Christianity.
Oh, they
Anything.
can take it.
That's my favorite religion.
That's my favorite cult.
Bless.
Back when we used to have the weird kind of church group come to our public school, because for some reason that used to happen.
That's why I went to private Catholic
lady-
schools,
Yeah,
mate.
isn't the whole point that you went to a public school? You didn't have to deal with that shit?
There's meant to be separation of church and state, but for some reason the local church used to come to our public school, and we used to do like essentially Bible studies. So
Wow.
don't know why that happened. It's kind of illegal.
Jeff,
But
Yeah, it doesn't sound right.
no, the woman every time would be like, Christian, that's such a nice name.
Oh
in a
my
really
god.
creepy way to me all the time.
because
all the time.
Christian.
Wow.
Yep. Because it's
Wow.
Christian.
Look at you go.
God.
Yeah.
That's
Aren't we?
terrible.
We love that.
Well, guys, Percy Jackson had its season finale.
Speaking of religion,
Speaking of religion and things ending,
That's the nah.
how was The Lightning Thief?
The Lightning Thief. We found out who they were, and the show ended, and now we just gotta wait for season 2. Season 2. Do Sea of Monsters now?
Has it been confirmed?
No, but it will be because it's got good reviews.
Okay, that's good.
People like the show, so very excited. I thought the ending was quite good. The weird that oddly the show was very subtle all the way through in terms of like it didn't go for these the big climactic things. It kept everything I don't want to say grounded, but like it just played it all really well. And some people were like, "Oh, the ending was anticlimactic," but a lot of other people were just like, "Yeah, but that was the whole vibe of the show."
Yeah.
Like if you
Like,
watch
so
it, you know
it
what I mean.
doesn't
It's not
end with like
negative.
does it end with a big fight or
Not
something?
really.
Or... That's cool. I
Not
like
really.
that. I like when things don't have to end with a big fight.
There is a little bit of a fight on a beach,
Yep.
at the end, but that's the start of the last episode.
Cool. I even liked it even more when it's just like, yeah, we have a big confrontation that we're coming to a close on, but it's not like the final 5 minutes
I
of
want to
the
show
thing.
this because they've set up what I think is one of the creepiest things Disney have ever done
Oh,
with the character Cronus. So
okay.
throughout the show, Percy's getting he's having these weird dreams where this voice is talking to him, and at the end they discover it's Kronos, the Titan, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades' dad. Did we all hear the Disney logo then?
We did hear the Disney Plus
So just a little
startup
bit of
sound.
Disney. Yeah.
And then he appears at the end here, and I'll just play this. So, do we want sound or do we want no sound? What do we want?
We might go no sound, and we'll show it quick, so that way hopefully it doesn't get immediately.
All right, sounds like we
flagged.
want sound. I won't do that.
Here we go. Who we got? Who we got?
It's not
Who we
anyone,
got?
but look at this character model.
Oh,
Look how oddly terrifying this is.
oh!
Not Percy. Percy's not
Look at
terrifying.
this terrifying little boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
He is young.
Yeah. Look at this awesome.
Whoa! Cool.
That's it. And
Cool
it's
character,
creepy.
That's awesome.
It's just it's a creepy thing.
God
And
damn.
I'm very excited for was it a dream? Nah, anyway. But yeah, it's creepy, it's cool.
Yeah,
I
it's
love this
cool.
character model. I didn't think Kronos would look like that. Oh sorry, Braden, you was
That's
Oh,
all right.
going in
I
for
was
a-
I
for a
was
look.
I was just having a look with my peepers.
having again. Yeah, sorry, it's not that great of a it looks great on the big screen though.
It's all right. I'll look it up on my phone.
But yeah, no, it's really, really great. I loved this. I liked as a reader of the books. I overall thought they did a really solid job. Of course, they're not going to be able to put everything into. Then you're not going to be able to get all your favorite stuff. Yes, there was stuff I wish they did, but I understand why they didn't include it because overall you have to just look at what is important to the main story when you make these adaptations. So not everything can be there. But I thought they did a really good job at what they did, but they kept it so much more faithful than the fucking movie did. And yeah, no, they did a good job. They changed some things I actually don't understand why they changed because it had the same outcome as it did in the book either way, but because it had the same outcome in the book, I didn't really mind it. Because at the end of the day, it was still the same ending as the book. So overall, good show. Really liked it. Excited to see what they do. Honestly, more excited for season 3 than season 2 because Sea of Monsters is my least favorite out of the books. Because
Bless.
it's kind of got the Harry Potter 2
The
vibe.
Chamber of Secrets event.
Yeah, you know how it's just the last one where it's fun before the shit gets serious?
Yeah.
It's that one. It's like, we're having a bit of fun. We're going on cruise ships and battleships through the Sea of Monsters trying to find a Cyclops to save the camp. And yeah.
I feel like those always fall into that. I feel like the reason they fall into that like Chamber of Secrets, Sea of Monsters trap is because you kind of just want the fun one to be the start.
Not a big book too.
And yeah, you can fly through that thing. You kind of just want the fun one to be the start when you're like really getting to know everything.
Yeah.
And then like by the end of that, they set up the stakes, and then you want it to really be involved and sort of get into the meat of it from there.
I wouldn't be
But then you end up with
surprised-
another fun one, and you're like, oh, hang on a second.
I wouldn't be surprised if they merge them.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't
Cool.
be. It wouldn't shock me.
That'd be cool.
Hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Braden's
Should
gone.
I'm gone. Would you recommend someone who hasn't read them and maybe watched the first film back in the day to check it out?
Yeah, because it's better than the first film, so you get more out of it than what you've already seen.
So me,
Bless.
basically.
Yeah, and Braden, I guess.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I
describes
was
it.
describing
Okay.
myself as well. I never read read
Okay.
the books or anything. So.
I like
Better than the other one.
100%. Yes, sir.
That's good. That's what we like to hear. Did Adam Copeland have any more than like 5 minutes of screen time?
He was in the end. He's in the last
Oh,
episode
cool.
as well. He's got big part to play in this season. which
Damn.
is
how's
really
how's his acting chops?
good. He's been in shows before. He's been in Vikings and that.
Oh
Yeah.
Who's he in Vikings? What are we talking about?
Let me get him up.
I don't know names.
Edge, the wrestler Edge,
Doesn't help.
the rated R superstar.
Let me get a photo of him. Who's his character in Vikings, you ask? He plays.
Let me see Show me the photo. Let me see if I know.
Oh
See
yeah.
how my,
You're not too good.
see my knowledge is there.
You're not too good with characters and shit, are you?
Not too good with names. There he is.
Does that
Look
ring
at
any
that
bells?
beard.
I do not know his name in Vikings,
Uh,
and I'm ashamed.
Look at that beard.
K Jotel? This is Edge in wrestling. This is him in the ring.
There he is. That's the Edge I
You
recognize.
want to see him in Percy Jackson?
Percy Jackson Edge.
Here
Oh,
he
does
is.
he get a motorbike?
Yeah. The bike helmet.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, hell yeah. Good for him. Cool.
Yeah, he plays Ares, God of War.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Yeah, bit of fun. Bit of fun.
I like God of War. Still
Ah.
haven't played the DLC for.
I haven't played the second
the
one
newer
at all.
game. Should.
I
You
own
just
it.
whack it on easy and play through the story.
Man, I've been playing WWE John Cena Showcase, mate. Come on.
Ooh, good shit.
Again, for the second time.
Good shit. Love that.
Yeah. Chris, you been doing anything else, mate?
not really. Kind of been having a bit of a Star Wars watch out of nowhere.
Mm.
Bit of Star Wars, bit of Wes.
nowhere?
Yeah, bit of Star Wars, bit of Wes. Just because this
Bit
is
of
what's
Those are
available. from Disney.
Vastly different things.
Bit of Wes.
Just looking for things to watch on, and I got Disney Plus, so
mean
I
Anderson?
watched Grand Budapest Hotel,
Yes, he does.
which I've
Or
seen
Wes
before,
Craven.
but this is the second time I've seen it. It's still great. Probably his best work. What else
Should I
did we
watch
watch?
that
Oh, and I've
one?
been watching
Yeah,
Should I give that one a watch?
I would say
Grand Budapest. Definitely.
Grand Budapest is my favorite live action. Fantastic Fox and Isle of Dogs are my two favorite.
Should
films
I
that he's
watch
done.
those two as well?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think his style lends so much more to animation than it does into live action. I think Grand
Yeah.
Budapest is the best he's ever done live action. I think that one lends us that and what's his famous one? The Royal Tenenbaums. I think those two are really good.
Yeah, Tenenbaums is good as well.
That was the one that
yeah,
Dan showed us, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't
Grand
gel.
Budapest. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't gel well with his latest couple. Asteroid City I didn't love. French Dispatch I didn't love. I liked that and the Darjeeling Limited and Tenenbaums and Budapest. I think are my three favorite live action.
Yeah, Darjeeling Limited
Budapest.
was really good.
I'm in the middle of that one right now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
The brothers, they're
Great.
yeah,
Their
the
dynamic is
chemistry
great.
between them.
Is it
amazing.
Wilson? It's Owen Wilson. Is it Owen Wilson? No.
It's both the Wilsons, and it's the
Adrian Brody.
guy from King Kong and the Pianist.
Yeah, Brody.
That's the one. That's him. And
I
yeah,
just
loving that so
that
far. Again, their
that film-
dynamic is fantastic.
breaks my brain with how they managed to get those camera angles and that camera work in that space. I don't understand how they achieved it. It's amazing.
I gotta watch the
Yeah,
Henry Sugar
you
one.
feel the crampedness on the train, but there is like
Yeah.
so much to it as well.
Ah, so cool.
And his movies are always not very long, are they?
I think it's 2 hours or an hour.
Yeah, Budapest
half.
is 139.
Not huge.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Budapest is kind of
Why did I always
Perfect.
assume that film was like 2.5 hours long?
Darjeeling is hour and a half. Tenenbaums is
Yeah, not
hour
so long.
49.
Out here making films for the people.
I didn't love
Mm.
Moonrise Kingdom.
That
haven't
was
seen
an
that
early
one.
one, wasn't it?
Nah, that
Haven't
was
seen that one yet.
his. That was his one about the Boy Scouts and that.
And have you
Ah.
seen my favorite Wes Anderson, which is
Life Aquatic, I haven't.
Steve Zissou? Steve Zissou.
No, I haven't seen that one.
But I do think Grand Budapest is a better film. But there's something about the Life Aquatic that I just am in love with.
Is it Willem Dafoe?
But yeah, he's in it. His name's
It's-
Klaus.
It's
He's
It's
German.
just for the deep sea diving. That's what Chris loves.
Yeah. Nah, it's the whole vibe. There's that Jean Claude Clouseau-esque character where it's like this
Jean-Claude
old
Van Damme.
no,
Who
he's an
am
older
I?
Oceanado person. That's what it's based on. Probably
fun.
butchered his name, but yeah, Budapest, great, love it. His style
Nice.
is perfectly toned in that film.
I do like
and then
people encapsulating his sort of vibes and aesthetics in like little like TikToks and Instagram reels and stuff. Like when that sort of trend was going around somewhat semi recently, I was like, oh, this is fun. People are getting creative with their like figuring out film things. That's cool.
Yeah, and speaking of masterpieces, so I started with The Phantom Menace.
Fuck yeah.
Now, you're going to laugh. The reason I was getting back into it is there's a meme floating around of Alex Jones explaining Palpatine's rise to power. I don't know. Neither of you familiar with this?
I know. I did not know that was a thing.
Now, Alex Jones, he's using it in some weird comparison. Excuse me. He's using it in some weird comparison to real life, but he's talking about Palpatine's rise to power, and like he's just encompassing like everything that everyone missed that is like the actual what was going on in the prequels of Palpatine.
God.
And Alex Jones is going like, you see, Palpatine created the Trade Federation so the Republic would become a warlike state, so he could take it over, and that's how they got the. And it's like, wait a minute, that something did go on in these movies, and there we go. And can we hear the man there?
I'm gonna have to watch that whole thing. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So watching the prequels, and not being 12 and actually understanding the politics, I'm just like, oh yeah, this is all the talking bits which I used to just not pay attention to.
Yeah, I used to zone out because there wasn't an open lightsaber.
Yes, and it's like, okay, yeah, Senator Palpatine is the Naboo representative, and he kind of tricks Queen Amidala into making a vote of no confidence in the current chancellor, and then like he's like, now they're going to elect a strong chancellor, and then the next scene it's like, I happen to have been nominated. Oh, I hope I win, and then of course he wins.
So good.
And then we've got Attack of the Clones, where I watched that and I was like, yeah, it is what it is. I skipped the entire pod racing segment because, well, do I need to explain?
Isn't that the best segment?
I've seen it so many times. I don't need to see that.
That and the ending are like the two to watch.
But you got to get that one bit of the pod racing sequence when Sebulba's thing comes crashing down and it makes that crazy awesome noise, and then they fly past the Jawas and they do the little.
I can hear all this in my brain just thinking about it. Like I've seen
the part where the guy's driving his pod racer and then he gets hit and he goes, and then he blows up.
See, when I was younger, all I did was watch that and the ending. So that's in my brain permanently forever.
That's fair.
But these other bits were interesting, and then we get to Attack of the Clones, and yeah, more interesting stuff. We got like didn't even realize Palpatine is like.
Can we clip that bit? Can we clip the part where Chris said, and then we get to Attack of the Clones with more interesting stuff?
Yeah, no, because there's this whole scenes which I'm like, this was in the original. Like I never noticed this. There's like a whole scene where they manipulate Jar Jar into giving the Chancellor emergency war powers, and like I'm just like,
it's amazing.
Wait, this was here? Like Jar Jar's there, and Palpatine's pretending to talk to his
is an integral part of Palpatine's rise to power.
And Jar Jar's here going, and he's going like, if only Queen Amidala was here. She was strong. She would vote to give me emergency war powers. But who's going to propose it now? Cut to Jar Jar going like, Misa. Misa could give emergency war powers.
I can give my vote. Oh,
yeah.
Man. So good.
Famously, another man got emergency powers. Another chancellor in history. One Adolf. He shall not be named.
That's the guy from the end credits of The Kingsman.
That's right. He was elected chancellor
Fuck's
once,
sake.
and then he
God damn it.
may or may not have set his own fire in the Reichstag building, and then may or may not have been voted emergency powers, and then may or may not have instantly banned all other political parties from existing. So, Star Wars did it as well. And
Wild.
here we are seeing that it's actually interesting. Dooku, not such of a bad guy, maybe. Seems like he kind of has a moment with Obi-Wan where he is like, hey, Darth Sidious is kind of a bad guy. Obi-Wan doesn't listen. Then the clones attack. And now I'm watching a great show called The Clone Wars because chronologically that's next.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
man.
don't do it chronologically, Chris. Good God.
I know with all the cartoons, because then Bad Batch has to fit in there now,
Oh, jeez.
which is still coming out, I think.
I can't believe that show exists because I've never watched a second of it.
Bad Batch.
And nothing about it interests me in the slightest.
But they show up in Clone Wars.
They do. And that one episode or two, I was like, here's the Bad Batch. Look at them go.
Was that in the final season?
Yeah.
I believe so.
And it was just nothing about them interested me at all. Yeah. And then there's this one person who comes into work all the time and they're not very socially aware of when to not have a conversation, and they just sort of continue to talk at me.
I'll stop coming in.
And I wish you would come in. It would save me from these conversations I get in. And this person just talks about obscure Bad Batch stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know. I don't care. Please buy a book and leave. And they never do.
Did they at least buy a book?
Anything.
No. It's the worst. It's the actual worst. Retail. It's fun. Greenlight Comics. We just moved. You should go check out Greenlight Comics.
Get it into your head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bless.
Clone Wars serves itself well to the prequel style of Star Wars, because they've got the whole droid humor going on and the whole dialogue, corny dialogue, and then when put into a cartoon, it fits very well.
Yeah, it really suits a cartoon series.
Yeah, because that's kind of what's always been memed on for the prequels, is the stupid droids being dumb and ha ha ha. Yeah, but then in the cartoon, what is it Anakin, say, busts into a room and there's 3 battle droids, and the first one goes we outnumber him 3-1, and then one of the battle droids just goes, it won't matter, and as he chops
Super
all
depressed.
3 of them in one single lightsaber strike, and it really hit. I cracked up.
Yeah, that's that was a real point of wonder for me when the most recent Star Wars Jedi game, Survivor, where early on you're playing it and all of a sudden the battle droids are there, and they're remnant leftover ramshackled together versions of them, but all of a sudden you start getting great fun, very wacky and silly battle droids dialogue, and there's a part where you sneak up on one who's overlooking a beautiful vista, and they're like, I got the best guard job of the entire fleet. Look at me. I get to look at this nice view, and it's amazing. And then you just slaughter him, and you're just like,
Good.
yeah, it is a nice view. It's like, oh, god damn it, it's very fun.
Good.
Love it. And falling back in love with Ahsoka, because she's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Makes me
God,
want to
that's
watch.
a show I still haven't watched. I completely forgot. Oops.
I have an issue with the one problem with the Ahsoka show, which as soon as I was seeing clips of that, I was like, whoa, she's not using her trademark reverse lightsaber grip.
Yeah. Wait, really?
She's holding. No, she doesn't in the show. And then at the time I was looking that up, and it's like, oh, it's because in live action the choreography would have been 10 times as hard to do and make look natural. But then there's people being like, no, it has a lore explanation. She's grown up, so she's less aggressive, so she's using a normal lightsaber grip.
Boo-hoo.
But yeah, I was just like, come on, it's Ahsoka. She's
do the iconic thing. What
The
are you
whole
talking
point
about?
the whole point is she's like a youngling, but she's like on the front lines of the Clone Wars because she's
Yeah.
so advanced in
And then
her
also,
technique.
not even from that, like her whole like separation from the Jedi Order and everything. Like why wouldn't you keep the anyway?
Anyway,
That's
but apparently
weird.
that would have been hard to. It would have looked awkward if she was using a reverse grip in live action.
So maybe
So they didn't
Rosario
bother.
Dawson should just put a couple more years in the
in
training room.
choreography. Yeah.
Stop being so lazy,
But yeah.
Rosario.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember as soon as I saw that, I was googling away, and that's what I found.
Yeah, bless.
Very sad.
I
Yeah, forgot that show
watched
exists. Oops.
the first 30 minutes of Aquaman 2.
Alex, I warned you.
I turned it off.
You saw half the piss.
Turned it off.
I saw the piss.
No, you saw half the piss.
Oh, okay. I saw two
There
piss
were-
jokes.
Yeah, there was more. You didn't get all of
Can't
them.
believe there was more, because by the time the second one happened, I was already over it.
Yep. Oh, mate.
How
was it to be able to just turn off the film?
good.
Because I would have loved that.
Black Manta's dialogue is really bad.
Oh,
His-
wouldn't hey.
He was like, once my power, every day my power suit's not fixed is another day Aquaman gets to live.
It's- yeah, man. Oh.
I've got to go kill me a dead mermaid. He said that. I
Yeah.
gotta go kill me a dead mermaid.
That how can you kill that is
Exactly.
which is already dead?
Alex, you just inadvertently brought the show completely back around on itself because Randall Park is in Aquaman 2
He is
and he's
really bad in it.
it's rough. It's so sad to see good actors be in bad
find it.
films with bad dialogue and bad direction.
Oh, I
And-
like immediately. I watched the first. I think I watched the first. Yeah, 12 minutes into it, I stopped paying attention, and then, it was after like there was a fight with Mira, and yeah, with their first fight, I turned the movie off
Yeah.
because she gets injured, and then she's there for the rest of the movie, right? She's not.
Yeah, she's still there.
So maybe I watched. I don't know. Kind of want to watch
No.
Patrick Wilson, but
You kind of what?
I kind of want to see Patrick Wilson in it.
Oh, was he
Orm.
Ocean Master?
Yeah, I like Orm a lot.
Yeah, you could just skip to his bits.
Well, I wouldn't say I like Orm. I'd say I like Patrick Wilson.
So
Yeah.
so you would possibly force yourself to watch one of his more bad performances.
Yeah, I feel bad, man. Fuck, what's
I feel bad for everyone in
James
that movie.
Wan. What did we do, James Wan?
What happened?
Oh God.
Remember when they were like, "Hey, Aquaman 2 is going to happen, and it's going to be all about the trench, and it's going to
Yeah.
be real fucking dark and horror and gritty." Man,
Yeah,
rip.
Jason Momoa.
He's just playing Jason Momoa.
They liked that song, didn't they? The opening song.
Yeah.
I can forget what the name of the song is, but my dad listened to it a lot when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of like your dad's beer songs, eh?
Yeah, very much. That's the vibe.
Does
Bless.
Nicole
I
Kidman not
do.
die in the movie?
No.
Really? I thought that was a slam dunk in prediction that she was going to die. I thought Nicole Kidman's too good for this movie. That she's going to die.
It is honestly weird in that film seeing her face appear.
Did
You're
Dolph Lundgren come back?
doesn't seem right. Yeah,
How many people came back for this?
everyone except no,
Willem
because
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe was dead.
They mentioned early on that he died.
Yeah, because they were like, is the one guy we couldn't bring back.
Oh
But
God.
no, everyone else is there.
Maybe I won't watch it.
I don't know how they afforded to even pay those people.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
It
watch
must have been like a handful of days on set. and that was
You know
it.
what made me turn it off? It's when I realized that Orm or Black Manta weren't going to be the main villains when they revealed that big guy with the crown looking evil.
Yeah, the second they reveal the Lord of the Rings ghost
looking ass.
city,
I went, nah, I'm done.
it's like fuck's sake.
I'm done. All right. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not
Speaking
talking
of
about
done,
it. Yeah, we're done.
we're done.
Watch out for
MMT,
the
thank you so
Marvels
much for joining
hitting
us.
Disney Plus tomorrow. You can finally watch it for free if you want to watch it for free.
Hell yeah, go watch it. If you've watched Captain Marvel and WandaVision and Ms. Marvel.
And Secret Invasion.
No,
No, very different.
don't watch that one.
Don't watch that one.
Secret
Don't have to
Invasion
watch that one.
sucks.
I still
Murder
want
here.
I still want to watch Echo. I haven't yet. I still want to watch it though.
Too much stuff.
It's a lot of stuff. Thank you so much for joining us. If you liked, follow, podcast, service, subscribe, YouTube, like, comment. Thanks.
Definitely some
And as
words.
always,
I'm Alex.
I'm Braden.
I'm Christian.
And we're out of here. Goodbye, gamers.